Good morning, students. May I have your attention, please, for this morning's announcements?
See your shirt is untucked.
Your homework is due every single day. That's why it's homework.
I will be calling your
Hey,
parents.
what's going on here? No running in school. I'm going to tell your coach about
I
this.
said that's enough, both of you. Out in the hall.
Welcome to another edition of Out in the Hall. I am Ryno, and that is the Willy Mammoth.
Do not call this a streak.
This is 7.
Let me tell you what.
This is 7.
This is by far the most consistent thing I've done in my life.
7 things in a row.
Well, outside of it being like you need it to pay your mortgage.
Right. Like,
yeah, just like it's fun, you know. Like,
you're not tying flies anymore, or you're not.
I've started multiple hobbies, whatever they be.
Sure.
This is the one that I've stuck with the longest.
I was driving over to the studio today, and I thought to myself, this is pretty consistent. Okay, so it wasn't a summer thing. Kids are back in school.
Yeah.
Now we're living life alongside of this project.
Thank God the kids are back in school,
Dude.
I mean,
And I feel badly for saying that because, come April, I'm so excited for them to get out so we can hang and this and that. And then there's camp, and then there's trips and vacations. And we obviously just got back from an unbelievable vacation where we were together. You get so excited about vacations and trips and all that. And then there's that 1 week late summer, but they don't have any camp scheduled. It's kind of the hang out at home week.
yeah.
And you're like, all right, guys, we got to get back.
Well, here's really the truth is that I can tolerate most things, I have a long patience wick, but when it starts to bother their mother, then that affects the attitude of the entire house and the mood.
Yeah.
Now my go-to line is, do not piss off your mother.
You do not bug mom. Come with me.
Come with me.
Come
Bug
with
me.
Bug me. Do not bug her.
Stop.
Yeah, I get it.
Because I'll take it. I'll forget about it.
Yeah.
But there's a lingering sort of.
Well, and let me say this. I'm not glad they're back in school. There's just that 1 week where I'm like, okay, guys, for the reason you just mentioned, it's like, now I'm in charge and there is nothing to do.
Right. And
There's nothing to do. And it's so
hot.
okay.
So
So
hot outside.
I walked into our building here where the studio is today, and I want to share this. If you don't know this,
Mm.
this cup right here contains this water that they put out. This is a fancy building, but they put out water. It has cucumbers and lemon in it.
In my building? In the studio building?
In the studio building. Here we
Really?
go, my building. Now we're
Oh.
yeah.
Well, sorry.
Yes, in the studio building.
In the studio
in
building.
the lobby.
Interesting. Just this isn't what I've been up to lately, but it is sort of what I've been up to lately because it just happened today. I recently bought a truck. I joined the truck game. You know this.
Yeah, welcome. We're glad to have you.
Thank you. Well, when they gave me that first German car is broken bill at 10 grand,
Party's over.
party's over.
Over.
At that point. Just traded that thing in. So clearly I didn't clean out my car appropriately when I traded it in. I've lost the key to the studio.
Oh,
And
you did? You have to get another one today?
I did. Guess how much they charge because they're fobs? It's
How
not
much?
the keys. $150.
No way.
Yes.
I put it back on the counter, but
We're gonna put it into the loss category here for the LLC, but I'm just
naturally.
saying, I'm just saying. I asked the guy twice. How much? How much?
Did you just say, can you put it on my bill, or I have to pay you right now?
I actually did say I'll just get a bill for that, right?
And he's like,
Just
nope.
Check it onto my monthly account. He's like, yeah.
Okay, he didn't make you actually pay $150.
No, but I did just recently read a Fortune article that was like signs that you're wealthy. I don't consider myself wealthy, but one of the first things was your bills are on autopay.
Really?
Yes.
For me, that's not a matter of wealth. That's a matter of I'll forget and they'll shut it off.
Correct.
It's a byproduct.
It's
Apparently a byproduct of ADHD is being wealthy.
I don't, now I'm fortunate now they've gotten to the point where they'll send you texts like the day before they charge you.
Okay.
Like a lot of my auto bills. Hey, this is coming out of your account tomorrow.
And that's when you do the mad scramble.
Yeah, make
to
sure there's
move-
enough money in the account.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's funny.
Okay.
All right, let's pass some notes.
Let's not let the teacher get them.
Let's pass some notes. So passing notes, as you know now, is the new word for any email we might have that's come into outinthehallpod@gmail.com. We've got some great
Just
stuff.
a quick aside on that. Hold on.
Yeah.
I would love if we could, if my memory served me well enough, to remember notes that got intercepted that I was passing in class
Yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was just some horrific things.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. Both of us have gotten some great feedback from friends, family, and friends But the thing that's come up a few times is, hey, I thought you guys were going to tell like a school story every single time you do an episode. We misled you on that by opening up hot 6 weeks ago with our first episode. So what we thought would be fun is, number one, let's remind you, Out in the Hall, okay, is based on what the conversations would have been out in the hall once you got kicked out of class.
Right. The rest of you idiots are inside learning.
You have no idea what we were talking about.
Yeah, Ryan and I are outside. We're rapping.
We're just rapping. But what I thought would be fun, Matt and I are talking about this in our pre-show meeting. That's a thing, by the way.
It is.
It is. And we would like to invite anyone who has a great school story, getting in trouble, something like this from a teacher or administrator. Send that in to outinthehallpod@gmail.com and we'll read it and we'll talk about it. And, that'll be fun. That's another reason to write in, I guess is my point.
Another thing that we might do to your story, which Ryan and I are both familiar with, and for a lot of you folks listening that might be a little bit younger, back in the day, you had Cliff Notes.
Right.
And these were yellow books
Yep.
that look like a school bus stop sort of, right?
Or like caution, hazard tape.
Caution, that's better. Yeah. And these would...
What?
No, you're right. I'm just thinking to myself, like, how many Cliff Notes I bought back in the day. I'd mow lawns and I'd buy Cliff Notes so I wouldn't have to read the book.
Right.
Yeah, and it just tells you.
And your point here is that we may not read your entire story.
Yeah, we'll Cliff Note it.
Yeah, unless it's a great story, in which case we'll read it.
Probably won't be.
So that's another reason you could send something into outinthehallpod@gmail.com. And did you get the email?
No, I have not gotten the password.
All right, we'll get that for you.
But I have a feeling I know what it is. I'm going to start trying to hack that account.
Well, remember, when you figure it out, you can get to everything else I have.
Oh.
Yeah, so I use the same password for everything.
Oh.
I have neglected to read several emails from this person. Several.
Oh. He's a bit upset. He's been sending... She?
She.
Oh.
I'm going to read one.
Okay.
But I want you to know this person has emailed, and this is Margie from Orlando.
I would never have guessed that name. I was thinking to myself, can I guess the name?
Oh.
Right. But
no, this is Margie.
Okay.
And if you happen to be listening or in Orlando and you think, how many Margies do I know? It's this one. I promise you, shockingly, it is this one.
Okay.
Okay. And she says, absolutely hilarious, but I expected nothing less. What a fun break to have in the middle of an otherwise ordinary day. You two are so talented. Laughter is the best medicine. Margie from Orlando.
Why was there such buildup to that email?
Well, I feel badly because she sent several.
Okay. I thought it was going to be like some expletives.
No,
like,
no.
Read my email.
No. This is a very sweet person.
It was a long buildup for that.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Then let's see. I've got one here from Jorge Clive. Jorge Clive. Ryno and Matt. This is Spanish. Ryno and Matt. Saludos desde Mexico. I am writing to say that I am a big lover of your podcast, Out in the Hall. Thank you for your wonderful greeting to my
Sorry.
I'm looking forward to our time together each week. P.S. Matt, you are free to call us Mexicans as we are from Mexico.
I know you can call them Mexicans. It just feels kind of like, just with everything going on at the border, I don't know. You just feel kind of like you're whatever.
Yeah, then it goes on to say, a more true descriptor is not available currently. Adios, Jorge Clive, Mexico City, Mexico. I will show you this email. It's right here. I promise you.
No. I believe you. You don't have to show me anything.
Yeah, what is this guy's email? thejorgeclive@gmail.com. All right. Oh, man. This is what I was going to hit you with right when we started, but I didn't.
Okay.
Because I forgot, but it's right here.
Okay.
So letting everyone in on a little inside baseball. When you have,
I don't know, man. All right, keep going.
When
Sorry.
you have this sounds silly to say, when you have a production team like we do at Podify behind us, they subscribe to all kinds of different because they run like real podcasts. So they subscribe to, just hold on. They subscribe to all these different podcasts rankings and stuff, but they use our email outinthehallpod@gmail.com to do that. So when I check that, often I'll get an email and it might say, hey, Spotify, you had,
it's like an automated email.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it might say Out in the Hall Pod today, you had 250 downloads on episode, whatever. Okay. So it just gives you these metrics. Out in the Hall is currently ranked 32nd in the comedy category in the Philippines.
No.
I promise it's from podstatus.com. I promise. I've been waiting for a week to tell you this while recording. I'm not kidding. 32nd
Okay.
in the comedy
Okay.
category.
Hey.
This says, your podcast Out in the Hall with Ryno and Willy Mammoth has had good performance in Apple Podcast rankings. In the last 30 days, it reached position 32 in the category comedy. And then parentheses, it says Philippines. When I got that, my heart dropped. I'm like, oh my gosh, we made it. And then I just went one word over and it said, it said Philippines.
One word can change everything.
Everything. Okay.
Okay, that's that's good, man.
That's great.
Hey, you know what? You got to start somewhere.
You got to start
I'm
somewhere.
not doing this for rankings.
No.
But
I did not know we were big in the Philippines. That's great. Okay. This is Mike, who is from Ponte Vedra, your hometown. He says, you people are gross and awful. Keep it up. I can't wait for the next one.
I actually thought this was a clean. I didn't think gross was the
so too.
appropriate term here.
This is from George in Miami. Boys, good stuff. Who knew two dudes shooting the bull could be so fun? Oh, wait, I did. I've been doing the same with Matt for years, as he has been priceless. Keep him coming. George from Miami.
Wait, how does it spelled?
It's that guy. Jorge.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Ah, it's great.
Isn't that great?
I had lunch with him yesterday.
Did you really?
He
He
didn't
didn't,
say
he didn't tell
anything.
you wrote in?
No.
Well, he did.
But I did get the truck that I got because we go to lunch occasionally, several times a month, and he had gotten one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not because I have one?
No, we have the 250.
Yeah.
2,500. I just got the 1,500.
Right. I do a lot of hauling.
Well, I can't fit it in my garage.
All right. This is Donovan from Orlando says, this is the worst podcast on the internet. You guys suck. I am done listening.
Hey, Donnie.
Donovan.
I got it. Enjoy your New Kids on the Block.
Thanks, Donovan.
Wasn't Donnie in New Kids on the Block?
Yeah.
Too? With Marky Mark?
No. Marky Mark's brother, Donnie Wahlberg, was a New Kids on the Block.
Oh, got it. Marky Mark was just separate. He had his own individual
Mark Wahlberg,
sort of thing.
Yeah, I think he's his younger brother.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks, Donnie.
I'm not giving this guy any more time. Thanks, Donovan. We appreciate that. All right, Grant from Jacksonville. First off, I'm not sure if I'm a fan yet. Nothing so far has grabbed my attention until last week when you mentioned video games.
What sort of video games were we talking? Oh, and yeah, I got it.
He says, you guys made reference to the popular video game NBA Jam. I played a bunch of video games as a kid, and I'm wondering which was your favorite. Here's a few to choose from. NBA Jam, Super Mario 3, Paperboy, Excite Bike, or my favorite, Dungeons and Dragons. Keep up the mediocre work, and maybe I will keep watching. Grant from Jacksonville. So out of those, what's your favorite?
Excite Bike.
Mine is Mario 3.
Okay.
The Warp Whistle.
And what was Grant's?
Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
Which I guess is a Nintendo version. I don't know.
It might not have been a Nintendo game. I know it was you could play it, but I think people like get dressed up and stuff and do like fantasy.
No, he's definitely talking about video games.
Okay, got it.
Well, that's it. That's all the passive notes we got.
Thank God. Those
are good.
Not bad.
And they weren't long. They're good.
Not bad. So let's find out what we've been up to lately.
Yeah. Why don't you go first? Do you want to go first?
Sure.
Okay.
So I think I've referenced a few times. My house eventually sold.
Okay, good.
Yes,
Congratulations.
thank
I
you.
mean, I knew that, but
Yeah, and we bought another one. It was the same day closing. Okay, so back to back at a title office. Two things were just amazing that happened from this closing. Okay, or just buying the new house. The first happened the day of the closing. I got some proceeds from my house sale,
Yeah.
right, and rolled some money into the down payment for the next house,
Sure.
right, and then got the remainder was sent to me via wire, which I knew how much that was going to be remotely or close enough, right. So that money showed up in a wire in my account, which was great and did very well. It's fantastic. Somebody did want my house, which was nice. But then another wire showed up. Okay, after this one,
what?
back-to-back wires.
Okay.
Okay, for an obscene amount of money.
Would you share the amount of money?
Multiple seven figures.
What?
Yeah. So this wire shows up in my account in about 30 minutes.
Multiple seven figures.
Yeah, 7 figures, but didn't have a 1 on it. Okay. And
Wow.
Yeah. And so I get a call from the head title guy right after that. It was like, hey,
Hey, buddy, how's my guy doing? Because that's your money now, isn't it?
well, it's in my account.
But I mean, if I'm right, if you wire money, it's gone.
I got it.
I'm asking.
It's
I'm
gone.
asking.
That's correct. It's gone. I'm sure he could sue me or have a counterclaim, whatever. So he goes,
He could find you.
I accidentally sent you the seller's wire. Okay. I sent you the wrong wire.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I sent you the right wire, but then I sent you another
wire.
that
Right.
was wrong. And I'm going to need you to send me that back.
I mean, that was it. But you could have easily been like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Sure. So of course I send it back and I go to like my online portal and I can wire because it's a business account. I can wire from there.
Yeah.
But I'm not ever wiring that amount.
Every
So-
alarm and every
Oh,
bill.
it went off like so get caught up in fraud detection. So this poor guy, because he just wired the seller his money out of his account, basically.
like his trust account or
Yeah,
whatever. it
that's
might
right.
be. Yeah,
That's
he's-
right.
Yeah.
And so now I'm just dealing with just this guy. Now he's out the money, not the seller, right? And
Did he have to make the seller whole?
he did make the
in the-
seller hold. He didn't even tell him that it was accidentally wired to me. He just took care of it and said, I'll take care of that. That's our mistake.
Oh man,
But it got caught up in fraud detection.
how long did this take?
Like 5 business days
I couldn't sleep.
to get this guy's money back to him. I mean, poor guy. I felt so bad. for him.
Well, I mean,
I got it. And he couldn't have been nicer. Like, totally my fault. Like, thank you so much. Here's how much are the wire fees, any inconvenience that you have, let me know, money for your time.
did you ask him for like a 10%?
No,
vig
I
or
didn't ask
something?
him for anything. I didn't ask him for anything.
Maybe for 10%, I could send
No.
it back.
That's not what would have been up to lately, but that just happened. It's funny.
So you're not a multimillionaire anymore.
No, I'm not. I gave that money back. I gave that money back.
Dude, that is winning the lottery
I
with the
know.
wrong ticket.
I know. And the funny thing about it is the guy is my friend.
Oh, you know the title agent.
No, I know the seller
Oh, the two you could have run off together.
really well. Well, it's his money.
No, he got his money.
No. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I'm just saying,
we could have.
you could have worked something out.
Okay. So, but part of buying the new house is getting the house painted,
Is this your what have you been up to lately?
Yeah.
Okay, what have you been up to lately?
getting the house worked on.
Okay. I'm
Okay,
with you.
that we
All
just
right.
bought.
All right.
Okay.
All right. We're
And
on the
so-
same page.
So the face of the labor market here in the United States has really changed.
It is.
Right. Even recently, when we built our last house, the painting crew that we had were Eastern Europeans,
Oh wow. Okay.
Slavs, which I think we've all
We've already
know.
discussed that you weren't hiring those guys again.
Very scary folks.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not jolly.
no. And you want to like identify with them because they're also European descent, and you're like, oh, well, tribalism, right? Little
Yeah.
high five, and like, no, dude, that guy would. Those
He'd
people
kill
would
you.
shiv you. Yeah.
Yeah. Right there. Put your paint thinner.
However, the people that are painting my house would not. The sweetest folks in the world.
Where are these folks? From?
It's a Hispanic crew. Okay. And I think that when you initially just see a Hispanic crew, you naturally
Naturally,
assume
yeah.
that they're Mexicans,
Sure.
right? That's biased. No, they were Honduran. Okay. And I didn't know this.
a little south of Mexico.
That's right. I didn't know this until the second day they came in. They were wearing Honduran bandanas.
Oh,
Kind of gave it away.
I don't know that I would have recognized that as Honduran.
No, it said Honduras.
Oh, so kind of gave it away.
In English.
All
So
right.
I don't know if it's
In
different.
plain
spelling.
English.
Plain English, it said Honduras, no accent marks, okay, anything like that.
Right.
It's a great crew, husband and wife teams, couple husband and wives in there, just hardworking folks, good people. But one of the guys, and we discussed this with the Mexican train story on the subway story,
Yeah.
with, and the
Episode one.
Kenyans, right? I think there's just evolution that's involved there with some.
We said the Kenyans have long legs.
Yeah, the indigenous,
Yeah, sure.
indigenous folks there were a bit shorter, little squattier.
Sure.
And lower center of gravity, maybe great wrestlers. Okay?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this crew is no exception.
Okay. Very short people.
Short folks.
Okay.
And one guy is especially short.
Okay. Now, like,
Especially short.
okay, but
Under 5 feet.
oh wow. Okay.
Okay.
All right. A little fella.
A little guy. They're not putting him on the ladder.
This is going. Is he the chairman of the baseboard?
Dude barely has to bend over
That is
to do the baseboards.
unbelievable.
And he's great. I mean, he's great at it. And I think that he was probably bullied a little bit as a child for
Sure.
being a shorter individual because I've caught him a few times around the corner of the house, just crushing the J.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just kind of.
Yeah. And I told the crew boss about it, just like he asked if everybody was doing great. And I said, yeah, they're doing great. But this guy, he's just a funny story. He just loves crushing, takes like I would take a cigarette break. He's taking like a J break, like just.
Oh, this isn't like in the morning to get him going.
Oh, no. every 45.
No way.
Yeah. You know, there's chronic smokers, the people that's like,
They just always smoke.
and they function like well.
Yeah.
Like I know multiple people that just can smoke all day and are just fine. Like,
Nope. No.
I'm like,
Wrecked.
We heard my breaker story about the
About the pen.
Yeah, about the pen. However, he's like, oh, I got to talk to him. I'm like, no, man, this is this guy's coping mechanism.
Right.
Like
right.
he's got dealt with a ton of trauma in his life, probably from just being a short guy.
Right.
I don't know, there's a lot of mental health services in Honduras. Right. And so this is how he deals. Right. And he's doing fine. He's getting through it. Right. But, otherwise, he's a great little guy. They don't speak English. So I really haven't had a chance to communicate with him.
Is there like a boss that speaks English and Spanish? Do they speak Spanish in Honduras? What? They speak Spanish.
Yeah, dude. They speak
No,
Spanish.
I said they speak Spanish. I said they speak Spanish in Honduras.
No, you didn't. You didn't
For the
know.
room.
You didn't know.
I said that for the benefit of the room.
Okay. So, yes. So I would say the answer to that question, the boss that's there just the majority of the day, he's got a 15% English vocabulary.
But I mean, it's like paint that wall.
Yes. They know.
They know what to do. They've been told. Yeah.
Of course.
And they're doing a good job?
They're doing a fantastic job.
That's great. Export specialist. I think that's awesome.
All right. What have you been up to lately?
Okay. So this past weekend, I took a trip with my boys, my kids, my boys.
Not your homies.
Not my homies, my real boys. And I really try not to eat fast food. I mean, I just try not to.
I know. Recounted a story where you took me through the McDonald's drive-thru line.
Didn't even touch it.
Even paid for it and didn't touch it.
That's right. Anyway, so we get off. They got to eat. And like there was a McDonald's option, but it was like one of those you get off and it's like, 4.2 miles one way. And I'm like, guys, I'm not driving there. There was a Wendy's right off of the.
Good burger.
That's what I thought.
Oh, no.
Dude. All right, listen, I'm not making this up. This happened Sunday. So 3 days ago.
Okay.
I'm not making this up. I order, first of all, it takes forever, right? I mean,
Wendy's isn't fast.
I mean, like 25 minutes to get to-go food.
Oh, wow. Like Steak and Shake.
Yeah. I mean, just brutal.
Got it.
So I've only got two of my guys in the car. So my oldest is in the front seat. I'm driving on the interstate now. He's like got the mom job of like passing out who's,
right.
nuggets in the back.
Right.
He's gotten his stuff and he goes.
It could be a dad job just depending on who's driving.
Right. I guess it could be.
Okay.
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 All right. This guy. Okay. Speaking of trauma. All right. So he goes, Dad, are you ready for your burger? And I'm like, yeah, let me just get going on the interstate.
Did you omit anything from your cheeseburger that you got?
No. And that's a great.
Okay.
That's probably important
because Wendy's is good at that. Generally, if you're like, I want a single with cheese, no tomato.
I got it all.
Okay.
I got it all.
Got it.
So finally he hands me my burger and I'm driving and I've got it in my right hand, kind of on the rest. And I'm holding their burgers are drippy. So I'm probably 3 or 4 bites deep into this and I'm trying to not spill over my clothes or all over the inside of my truck.
And drive at the same time.
And drive. That's why I'm holding the wrapper, the burger in the wrapper. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can see that I have my shirt pulled up like this is how I always wear my shirt. I don't like them all the way down. So I'm holding this burger just like this, okay? And I'm driving and I thought, oh no, I'm going to lose a piece of lettuce. I feel like I'm about to lose a piece of lettuce because I felt it go down my hand and I don't want that in the car. There's a roach that big. I mean, it's 3 or 4 inches long. A roach has crawled out of my burger up my arm. Now I got a choice to make here. Okay. I can get my family there safely or I can get eaten by this roach. Right.
It's not going to eat you.
Well,
I got it though. You're freaking out. Not like a German cockroach, like a big boy.
No, it wasn't the big boy, but it was a freaking roach and it was big enough. And so I say some things that I shouldn't say. And my kids are like, what the heck, Dad? And I'm like, don't move. And I grab a napkin and I like grab it, throw that out the window. And I'm like, I'm so hungry, but I can't. And then the burger goes out. I mean, it was so.
Oh, God.
So Wendy's, you're off the team. I've reached out to Wendy's corporate. How gross is that? The Wendy's in Lake Mary, Florida on Flag, Flagg Drive.
So it's not like a rural Wendy's where it's the only option.
I had 100 other options and I chose Wendy's and I never will again.
That just ruined Wendy's for me. I don't like their fries, but they have a really good burger.
Burger was great. It was great. It's a sham. It's not real. You know, the worst part was
What?
it's like 1:00 and I'm starving. My son says, Dad, do you want these fries? I said, get them out here. I can't. I'm done. I can't. Who knows what else is in there? I'm done.
You do strike me as the type of person that, like, once someone's off your list, they're off your list, or like a place is off your list. Like I'm not going in there anymore, no matter what. You know, those are individually franchised and run separately. Okay, managed separately. It's
Sure.
not like a Wendy's corporate thing. Wendy's just coordinates the food and they pay a royalty fee.
Okay.
Okay, I understand what you're saying, but
I'm done.
okay,
Universally.
okay,
Done.
that sounds unreasonable to me. But I didn't experience a cockroach, and I never have, so I understand that sucks.
Well, it was not good
It's-
at all.
Damn.
I mean, it was just a disgusting.
We did not address what sort of condiment Wendy's has that sets it apart from everybody else.
Okay. What is that? Is this your show and share?
No.
Oh.
Well, it does bleed into it, so actually it is.
What do you want to show and share?
Yeah, I'll show and share.
You go.
It's mayo. Okay, they put mayo on the burgers at Wendy's.
They don't put mayo on the other burgers?
No, I think
Burger King does.
the
for sure.
Whopper might have it. McDonald's certainly doesn't. Steak and Shake doesn't.
That's why their burgers are so good.
They mayo.
And do you know what bug is the largest consumer of mayonnaise? Roaches.
I'd beg to differ, actually. Well, at least animal, because that's my show and share for today. I read a story here recently out of Plainsville, Florida.
Okay.
Okay.
Where's Plainsville, Florida? Do we know?
No, but that's worth a Google. Let me tell you what other animals really enjoy mayo.
Oh, that is a real thing. I wasn't being funny. That's
Yes.
a real thing. Okay.
Raccoons.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
So recently in Plainsville, Florida, there was a big stir.
Okay.
All right. A lot of rustling out by the garbage cans. A concerned homeowner calls dispatch 911. Feels like their house is getting robbed.
Okay.
Police show up, armed, ready to go. They find a raccoon
Okay.
with its head buried in a mayo jar.
Oh, and it's stuck?
It's stuck. It's stuck. So the police, multiple police officers, and a police intern, which I didn't know there was such a thing, named Glenn, are chasing a raccoon with a mayo jar.
And they're just chasing it because they want to make sure it gets okay. It's like, okay, it doesn't die.
I don't know why they're chasing it to get it off, I assume.
I bet that thing was pissed when it came off. Could you imagine how
Could
mad
you
that thing-
imagine? Dude, just enjoying a nice, and here's the interesting thing about it. I'm not sure we've addressed this before. My like for mayo, my love for Miracle Whip.
Ugh. Love mayonnaise. Wouldn't touch Miracle Whip.
Miracle Whip is so tangy and delicious.
Ugh.
And
Ugh.
it's like you don't need another condiment. You don't need anything else on it. You don't need mustard. You don't need ketchup. You just need Miracle Whip. All right. I think I saw this thing on the History Channel. It was developed because it had a longer shelf life than mayo.
Well, if that isn't good for you, I don't know what is.
Everything.
Yeah.
Nothing good for you.
By the way, Plainville, Florida, just so we're clear,
Yeah.
is just north of Pensacola, Florida.
Oh, wow.
so up
Right
in
on the
the
line.
Panhandle.
Okay, right on the line.
Yeah. I mean, almost to,
Alabama.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Almost to Mobile. I mean, just on the other side of Mobile Bay.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it's not far.
that's the state line. I've been having to go there a lot recently
Really?
for work. I have a project in Gulf Shores. I thought that was interesting. I also thought that it was interesting the police intern's name was Glenn because I just ordered a puppy. And so
You did?
I did. Yeah, I put a deposit down on a puppy.
I love that. Is your
Yeah.
name at Glenn?
I think we're going to name it Theodore.
Okay. I like that.
Theo for short.
Yeah.
Or Steve.
I have a friend who had a dog named Theodore and had a dog named Steve.
Really?
Newfoundland was was Theodore, and he had a French bulldog named Steve.
I also like Kevin, but good friend Jason Farman has a dog named Kevin, so I don't feel like I can name it.
Can't name it Kevin, but you can say his name.
Yeah. That's fair. Yeah.
Where did that go? All right. Here's my show and share. 10 things you didn't know about Wendy's.
All right. Okay.
The Wendy's Frosty has been around since day one.
Day one, it was like it's a signature item.
And you don't have to comment on all these. I'm just giving you these. I'm just telling you.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
like
you
it.
can if you want.
No. These are
but
good.
you don't have to.
I'm happy to know these
All
things. Yeah.
The Frosty isn't all chocolate because Dave Thomas, who's the founder of Wendy's, felt like chocolate would be too stark of a flavor to enjoy with a burger. So they mixed some vanilla in there. I mean, I'll never try one again, but that's great. Now, listen to this.
Okay.
And our audio editors better get ready for what I'm getting ready to say. The burger chain is named after Dave Thomas's daughter, Melinda. The whole thing is a sham.
Melinda.
Yeah. Hey, you guys want to get a burger over at Melinda's? I don't know. They have roaches in there like Wendy's.
I think if they called it Mel's, that would probably be. Melinda's a great girl dog name.
God, it's too much of a mouthful.
Yeah, but it's like Theodore. You shorten it. You got, Melly. Mel.
Melly.
Yeah.
Dave Thomas was adopted.
Okay.
Well, here for that. Good for
Where
him.
was it founded?
We'll get there.
Okay.
Ohio, but we'll get there, I think.
Okay.
Dave Thomas was a high school dropout. He trained under Harland the Colonel Sanders.
Was a KFC guy.
Yes.
Okay.
And Colonel Sanders sent Dave Thomas, an accomplished restaurant manager, to go open and help out a bunch of Kentucky Fried
Now,
Chickens.
let me ask you a question here real quick about this. Was Colonel Sanders actually a colonel?
That'll have to be another episode.
Okay.
I don't know the answer
Okay.
to that. The square patties, he stole, more of a sham, but he stole the square patties from a burger joint in Kalamazoo, Michigan called Kewpie Burgers.
You're really bashing Wendy's.
I'm
today.
over it.
Okay. I know.
They are
A lot of good people work at Wendy's.
Pay attention here because this is going to come up in a minute for
Okay.
Pop Quiz.
All right.
They created the first drive-through window.
Really?
Mhm.
That's innovative. That's not a sham.
No, that is not a sham. And the first fast food salad bar. Do you remember the old Wendy's where they'd have like the solarium, like and then you know what I'm talking
Where
about?
your dad and your grandfather and uncle would go for lunch in their ties.
Did we talk about it on this? Did we? 100%.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then it had like the glass over the top. And it was
They
raining.
also had some baked potato toppings over there too.
The cheese.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bacon bits.
Bacon bits. Oh yeah. Yeah. That's it. All right. We're laughing, but we shouldn't be. And then the last thing, which is interesting, I guess, is that in Japan, Wendy's has a grilled mushroom burger that's just a mushroom. So
Just a portobello or something like that.
they call it a porcini grilled.
Oh.
Interesting.
I enjoy a portobello burger
Sure.
every now and then. Nothing
I
wrong
like
with
a
it.
portobello burger.
Yeah.
I got a question for.
Is this your pop quiz?
No.
Okay.
Got a couple items of business.
Oh.
Couple items of business to do here. Matt and I are considering expanding the show with a couple extra segments.
Oh, fan participation.
Well, yeah, just like I don't know. I mean, no, I wouldn't use fans.
Well, I think that one good
That's
one good episode, one good segment could be something called the janitor's closet.
right, but we don't even know what we want out of that.
Well, I think that I know what I want out of it.
Okay.
It's the not safe for work segment
Oh,
where
okay.
you go to maybe rinse out the mop,
I got it.
flush the dirt down the drain. Okay.
Okay. Maybe
Air,
there's
air out the dirty laundry.
so maybe we could get some folks in there. Like we had a good one a couple weeks ago about the guy who in the exam.
What?
Remember the guy who had to pee real bad in the exam?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if it's totally inappropriate, we can't read it. But if it's like
I don't know.
embarrassing,
I might read it.
all
I
right,
know that you're on the pastors and parents program over
Right.
there. Yeah. The
Right.
P&P.
Yeah.
I'm not into that. But that's cool. I mean, but I'm respecting your wishes. I think that the majority of people that I've told to listen to this podcast are so shocked
I've heard the same thing.
that it's
Like, man, you guys are clean.
that it's remotely clean, and that because
We do have a clean rating on Apple.
because my brand of general humor and conversation in group settings is abhorrent.
Oh, that's so great. All right. So janitor's closet. My thought was write in, this is what this bit should be. Matt's thought is this is what it should be. So,
Speaking of abhorrent comedians,
okay, here we go.
Richard Pryor.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I mean, if you see some of his stand-up bits, it is incredible. I mean, he is just hilarious.
It's very funny. He was foul.
Foul.
Oh, yeah. Foul.
Right. Did you know that he had an ongoing long-term affair with Marlon Brando?
No,
Yeah.
you can confirm that.
Yeah. He had 7 wives. So he was
Okay.
married 7 times.
All right.
I think 3 or 4 times to the same woman.
Okay.
And this was the woman that confirmed it. She said that Richard would get with a washing machine if he was allowed to.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that is, my world's getting rocked right here.
Right. Okay. Just a little tidbit of information right there.
Man, that reminds me, speaking of washing machines,
Oh,
why don't we tell these guys about our friends at Free Fly?
man, I'm wearing the pants,
I got the pants.
no undies.
Oh, yeah, I got undies.
Oh, no, Undies here.
Yeah, I don't need them. But
No. You don't need them.
so free fly gear is it's the way to go.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they've been great to us. We're happy to talk about them. They've been awesome to us. I mean, the shirts, pants, shorts, bathing suits, hoodies, hats, everything, just unbelievable.
In this oppressive weather, I still wear long sleeves because it breathes.
Yeah, it breathes so well. We're massive fans.
Yeah. They're a Charleston brand, which I think we mentioned before.
We did.
So they know how to make clothes for the humidity and heat.
And I'll say this, Elliot, who's like kind of like their brand ambassador guy,
Yep.
has been awesome to us. I'm sure he's going to be listening, but
he must be sending you emails that I can't see.
Well, yeah, he is.
Okay.
he is.
What's this? Hello?
Hey, Matt.
Who's this?
Hey, this is Shaq. Hey, man, I just want to tell you how much I love your podcast and how much I love you taking. Sorry, man, I'm watching something funny on TV.
Shaq. Really?
Yeah,
Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, man. I just want to tell you how much I love you taking care of the people in Orlando. That was my home forever. And I just wanted to call in. I got your number from a friend. Y'all doing a good job. All right, man. Peace.
We got a phone call. I had to answer. Call? Yeah, I had to answer.
Was it work?
No.
Yeah.
It was Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal called
Shaq. Shaq Attack.
Get out of here.
No, he did. He was very appreciative.
How does he have your number?
Said he got it from a friend.
Who are you friends with that knows Shaq? One of your NFL buddies?
Maybe.
What did he say?
He said he just really appreciated us taking care of the folks in Orlando.
You're kidding me.
No, he's very appreciative of our podcast.
Really? How nice of him to call.
I think you're pre-crying over there.
I just think it's incredible he would call. Take time out of his day.
I'm going to save that number.
Oh, we got to keep doing this show. All right, okay. I'm sorry I had to go. Are we still recording?
Yeah.
Hey, did you see this?
I did. I noticed that.
My wife got me this. My current wife. It's
wife.
a Ryno.
Oh.
Isn't that nice?
That's really nice.
She even wrote on it. She wrote, "Out in the hall, July 2023. I love you." Isn't that cool, the little Ryno?
That is cool. That probably saves the marriage for a couple months.
I mean, she got it for me. I'm not the one leaving. I'm not the one who's going to leave. I'm not tired of her.
I feel like marriage is just a constant, like, should I leave? Should I stay? Kind of question marks.
But what I will tell you is that ties in. Sorry, I have tears from this ridiculous lie you told me about Shaq calling. So I want to tell you about this. We're very excited about this. Out in the Hall is now officially sponsored by our friend John at Highland Diamond.
Highland Diamond. And I was just up there meeting with him last week, as you know. John, longtime friend of us and of the show.
And a big fan of the show. Just a
good human being.
Just the best. So they've got a ton of inventory, but are also amazing at custom things as well. They've done rings and jewelry for many people I know, as well as countless celebrities. And we're even mentioned in People magazine.
Well, I've gotten some stuff from John.
You got stuff.
Yeah.
I bought stuff. My watch and ring are from John. My wife has a ton of stuff from him. Our listeners, this is awesome. Out in the Hall listeners can go to highlanddiamond.com and use the code Out in the Hall to receive 10% off their order. You don't see something you like, pick up the phone, call John. He's a great friend of ours and we've known forever, and he'll walk you through the process of getting exactly what you want.
Oh, good guy.
So very thankful to Highland.
Handshake guy.
Total handshake guy.
Yeah, handshake guy. I'm a big handshake guy. I don't have time for non-handshake folks.
He's a dear friend, and we're grateful that he's sponsoring the pod, and we believe in what he does. His shop, I don't know if you've been to Atlanta or do you do everything by mail? His shop is unbelievable. It's in the Virginia Highlands area.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's spectacular.
Yeah.
So big thanks to Highland Diamond. That's highlanddiamond.com. Use the code Out in the Hall to receive 10% off your order, which, by the way, I mean, let's call it what it is. Jewelry is expensive.
Yeah.
That could be thousands of dollars off your order.
Now I have a pretty flush bank account, so I'm going to be, I might do some ordering.
You should. So thanks to our friends at Highland Diamond.
Thanks.
All right, let's keep this.
Thanks, John. We appreciate you, man.
Very much so. Let's keep this thing on the roads. All right, pop quiz.
Meteorology.
All right.
Okay.
Heard of it?
I took this class at Florida State. I did pass. I got a C. Okay. And this is just a preface to the lead in.
Yeah. Always is.
I think I would have done better, but I sat next to a lady, a girl named Tara, and she's my study partner.
Mhm.
And I think if Mike had sat next to me, I probably would have gotten a B or an A.
Who's Mike?
Just a generic name for a guy.
Just not Tara.
Not Tara.
Right, I gotcha.
So, clouds.
Okay.
All right.
Heard of them?
Nice, puffy. We fly through them all the time.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the cumulonimbus cloud.
Oh, okay. Leading in here.
Buddy, you don't know what I know.
What do you think the puffy clouds, what are the puffy clouds called?
Those are called cumulus clouds.
Cumulus clouds.
Yep.
Okay. There's also the stratus cloud,
Yep.
higher
Yep.
and a little more wispy.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
What do you think the average cumulus cloud weighs?
That's the big puffy one.
That's the big puffy one, nice and billowy. You fly through them all the time. White.
If I'm honest, I didn't think they weighed anything.
Over 1 billion pounds
How is that?
moisture.
But I don't understand. Do they get so heavy?
Clouds are basically just moisture forming in the sky.
But it would seem that, and then they eventually get so heavy they
The
start to
grayer
rain.
they get, the more moisture they have.
At what point do they weigh over 1 billion pounds?
This is the average cumulus cloud.
Are they raining at the time of this?
No.
Maybe I don't understand how gravity works.
I don't think it has to do with gravity. I think it has to do with temperature. And at that point, once they're full of so much moisture,
Yeah.
and the temperature changes a certain amount of degrees or even a degree,
Yeah.
that's when they either have to shed water or when they absorb water.
I mean, I love that I'm asking this question like you know the answer. Like you know anything more than what you just told me. But
I told you I got to see, bro.
I mean, if you put something that high that weighs 100 pounds,
Right.
it's going to fall.
It's going to fall down.
Right.
Right. I think it has to do with the distribution.
Okay. Now you're on
Okay.
something.
Of the, I also want to clear this up. I took physics in high school
Okay.
and also got a C.
Right. So you're not really a,
Yeah. And I don't necessarily know. It has to do with the distribution and the water, because the air has natural humidity in it anyway. So there's already water in the clear air that you see, right? You walk outside, you see the humidity is 85 degrees today. The temperature's 96, and it gives you a real feel or a heat index of those two things combined. It
Yeah.
feels like 107.
right. Okay.
And you're like,
Oh, yeah. That's about what it is.
right?
But,
Okay. So there's already moisture in the air that you can't see, right? So the clouds are just the manifestation
Okay.
of that moisture, right? Over moisture in the air. And they form, which is why you have in Florida, at least, or in the Southeast, we have afternoon thunderstorms because it's heated up so much during the day that water from lakes, marshes, the ground has evaporated,
Evaporates.
gone into the air.
Gets
now,
so heavy.
now the cloud can't hold it anymore. The atmosphere can't hold it anymore, and it releases itself around 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon every single day.
I mean, that is arguably one of the most best descriptions of why it rains every day.
Yeah, every day in the afternoon when it's in summer, right? When it's hot.
Wow.
Yeah, heats up, moisture gets to a point where it can't hold it anymore, releases it.
Here's a piece of trivia for you. When I was learning how to fly 15 years ago, did you know
Right.
that? You know
No,
that.
yeah, I remember.
When I was learning how to fly, you would try to avoid flying in the afternoon, not necessarily because of thunderstorms, although that was true. But anytime you would fly, and listen, we're not at, we're not 30,000 feet. I'm not a fighter pilot.
We are not at Mexico City.
No, we're not. And there's a callback to E1.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of lakes in Central Florida. On hot afternoons,
Right.
the air is bumpier over lakes because the water is evaporating up.
Right.
So that like turbulence are often created
And it
that
probably
way.
has to do something with the amount of lift and speed that you need given how heavy the air is.
That's called air density, and that's a real thing too.
okay. There we
Or
go.
dew point also.
Okay, there we go.
That's about all I know.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm here for that. I like
Okay,
that.
Okay.
All right.
I'm ready.
Shockingly, my pop quiz, because I've given up fast food forever, specifically Wendy's, is on fast food restaurants.
Okay.
What fast food restaurant is credited with introducing the first drive-through window?
There we go. Wendy's.
Yes. How you like
Oh,
that?
Great sound effect.
You hear that? I'll come a little closer.
Good job.
All right. Okay. Good job. All right. Which of the following fast food restaurants was founded first? McDonald's, In-N-Out, Burger King, or Whataburger?
Burger King.
You want to try again?
McDonald's.
You want to try again?
In-N-Out Burger.
Hey!
Wow. Quite a good burger.
It's a phenomenal burger.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Quite a good burger.
it's a great burger. I
Yeah.
do like Whataburger, by the way. What did McDonald's restaurants first introduce in 1968? The Egg McMuffin, the Big Mac, the Happy Meal, or Ronald McDonald himself?
Ronald McDonald himself.
Man,
Really gave some conviction there.
You sure did.
The Happy Meal.
All right. Egg McMuffin or Big Mac?
Egg McMuffin.
Are you trying to be wrong?
Wow, I thought the Big Mac was like initial signature.
No.
Okay.
Everyone knows that. You heard the song, Big Mac, 1968. That's when we came up with it. No?
That's actually a song?
No, Big Mac,
Okay.
1968. Yeah, Big Mac.
Okay, all right.
All right, where was the first Pizza Hut built? Albany, New York, Grand Prairie, Texas, Los Angeles, California, or Wichita, Kansas?
Wichita, Kansas.
That's what I would have said. Boom.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Which fast food restaurant introduced a popular advertising campaign in 1997 that featured a talking chihuahua? Del Taco, Domino's Pizza, Pizza Hut, or Taco Bell?
Taco Bell.
Very good. Which fast food restaurant boasts that you can have it your way? Subway, Burger King, Papa John's, or El Pollo Loco?
El Pollo Loco.
Nope.
Burger King.
Nope. Oh, yes. I thought it was Subway. Oh, I'd have been wrong.
Yeah.
Very good. Which fast food restaurant aired ads featuring the now shamed Jared Fogle, a man who lost 245 pounds eating only their products?
Well, that's Subway.
That's
Did
correct.
he
got
he's in
trouble.
prison, right?
Yeah. Which fast food restaurant was originally founded in the small town of Guasave on Mexico's Pacific coast? Taco Cabana, El Pollo Loco, Taco Bell, or Del Taco?
Del Taco. Nope. El Pollo Loco.
Very good.
I had a little accent in there too.
You did.
I've been doing some babble.
You did? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. All right, one more. One
Okay.
more, almost done.
Okay.
Which fast food restaurant was literally founded in a broom closet?
Not the janitor's closet.
McDonald's, Papa John's, Dairy Queen, or Subway?
Dairy Queen.
That's a good guess. That's what I would have said. No.
Subway. Papa John's.
I mean, how about that?
I think that sounds unsafe if you have to have an oven.
But that's
in
why.
a
That's
broom
what
closet.
I went with. I thought in my brain Dairy Queen because
You have the ice cream machine in there. Have you seen those Frosty Freezes, the Twisty Treats?
they're so small.
They're so small,
It's
and
like
all
a
you
broom
need is
closet.
all you need is like a little soft serve thing.
That is it.
Had a blizzard not too long ago.
A lot of ice cream.
Oh my god, so good.
A lot of ice cream. I mean, a ton.
Heath blizzard.
Heath.
I want to dump it all over my body. I mean, it is so good. Just open up this free fly shirt and just dump
dump
it
it
down
in there?
Just rub it all over me.
Yeah, I would have gone Butterfinger or Oreo.
Both those are good.
Heath is just that's too dense.
Yeah. Get stuck in your teeth, you can have it for later.
Oh, that is just repulsive. The son of a dentist over here, by the way.
Never had a cavity.
Never had a cavity. Well, that's all I've got today for Out in the Hall episode 7. Do you have anything else?
The email address, outinthehallpod
Yep.
at gmail.com.
Yep. So tell us some stories about getting kicked out of class or something funny that happened at school. Give us some ideas for what we should do with Janitor's Closet. Thanks again to Free Fly and Highland Diamond. And we appreciate you listening.
You matter.
You matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love you.
Love you, man.